I'm Father George Salzman of the Harvard Catholic Chaplaincy. I'm chaplain to the graduate students and the students in each of the professional schools. And we're here in the Harvard Catholic Center in the Bishop Bowles Room. I wanted to talk about bringing people together, which is at the heart of all that we do in Newman Centers across the land, and in ours in particular. And all our programs are aimed at that, the encounter of all of us, of course, with God and the Christian faith, but also with each other. Now, for instance, on some of the campuses like law and business, we have regular masses. And we have that at the law school. We've had them outside in the open air in front of the law library over by Jefferson Physics. And we've had them in the tent that they have there. But we also have a thing called the North End Dinner. And that's for the following reason. First of all, get students to meet each other, but also in particular, the JDs, who are foreign students who are here for 1 year for the LLM degree. They have classes different from the Americans who are here for the 3-year JD degree, the typical degree. And so they often don't cross paths with one another, and that seemed a thing that we ought to try to solve. And the crafty solution to that was to organize each semester a dinner in the North End. And it's not simply the dinner alone where you would naturally meet, but it's also the fact that we head down on the T and you have to change trains. And getting on and off trains and trying not to be left behind, everybody mixes and mingles with each other, and people really meet each other. I've had foreign students write me 5 years later saying, "Father, that was the first time I felt as if I was part of Harvard Law School." And they'd be a distinguished lawyer abroad, but sort of lost in the crowd here. And so it's a valuable thing. So we had one of those. This past Saturday night in the North End. Right on Hanover Street, where these days, as you know, they put the table out in the street. And that was a hoot. Everybody passing by, the two big tables. We had about, I think, 25, 30 people, and a glorious time together. And people meeting each other. We were outside over against COVID. It began to get cold, but there was the warmth of conversation and great fun. The next morning, we had another thing that pulls people together, and that's the Red Mass. And the Red Mass is the meeting of the lawyers in the area, Catholic lawyers, with our law students together. And that was packed, and that was down at the Seaport Chapel with the Cardinal. He always gives a great homily. In the midst of it, he mentioned how once he was at a place with a really dicey, long set of stairs. You wonder what the code was. And he fell down, and at the bottom, when he fell, people ran up and asked, do you need a doctor? And he said, "I don't need a doctor, I need a lawyer." Well, that brought down the house. The night before, we had the White Mass, which is for doctors and our Harvard Med School students. And they call it the White Mass because the doctors wear white smocks, of course. There are black doctors at the White Mass. And so that was also another great way to get together. I wanted to mention one person, single out one person in particular. I should mention Ethan Harper, who helped get the Law School North End Dinner together, and thanks to him. But there's one person who's been at everything important and really been at the center of organizing things, and that's Josh Shutter. He's having his defense for his doctorate in chemistry on November 2nd, so I hope you'll pray for him. And he just lost his grandmother. We want to pray for her as well, Regina. And he's been a godsend in terms of in this room, starting up our theology seminar, helping with the dinners. He's our calendar person, so the intricacy of getting all the trains to run on time, and no easy thing getting people, again, talking to each other and organizing together. He's been a godsend all his days here, and I'm sure he will be everywhere else. May God bless him. May God bless all of you. Thank you.